everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Happy Thursday, guys. Thank you guys for being here. So, Superman is out, and of course, more Star Wars, right? A little crazy, a little crazy, and of course, Iron Man Mark III, Stealth Mode 2.0. Very exciting stuff. But we're going to get into a few things regarding Superman. That as always, I told you guys, I didn't see it coming this way, but we're going to get into it. What else do we have to get into? I thought there was something else. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, no, I think we got those three announcements / releases because they're ready to go. Right? We got Gregor ready to ship. You got the Mark II, I believe, is also ready to ship. The Mark III 2.0 ready to ship. And Superman, guys, Superman is shipping July through December, apparently. So how interesting is that? Like I said, we're going to get into that. Let's see who's in here. I know I was supposed to stream at 8 p.m. tonight as usual, guys, but I couldn't. I'm busy tonight, so I was able to do it now instead of just not doing it at all. So let's see who's in here. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Please. Thank you guys as well for being here. We got Uncarded in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Says everyone already talked about this when the pre-order went live on Sideshow. Unbelievable. Oh my God, this guy. Unreal. Welcome, my friend. Guys, please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here. We got Patrick in the house. Look at this guy.
Hello!
Welcome. Let's see. To the foul. Are you late? If you're at home, I'm at work, and I'm No. Obviously, when I tell you guys, if I'm late, if I push the time, it's because I'm not home yet. And I didn't want to push the time because I'm like, oh, then they're going to say something. But there's always somebody saying something. Mad Planet, long time. Welcome.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, Mad Planet. Oh my God. Albert, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello!
Guys, please don't forget to hit that like button. There's 18 of you guys in here already. We got Paul. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in a long time. I haven't seen you.
Hello!
Where have you been, Paul? Where have you been? Tijuana Mike, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Welcome. Michael, how are you, my friend?
Hello!
Billy Stream, what's up? How are you, my friend? Welcome. Let's see who else is in here. All right, we'll wait for a few people. Like I said, I was supposed to start later, but I didn't realize I was supposed to be busy, and then I found out I was busy. So then I said, you know what? Let's give the people what they want earlier. Okay? Earlier. Let's see. Also, shout out to the people watching on Instagram. I always forget to say hello. I don't check Instagram, but shout out to you guys for being there. Also, guys, the people that watch at home and that watch after the fact, You're not excluded from hitting the like button. Okay? You roach. You cockroach. It does not hurt your fingers to hit the like button. Just because you're watching after the fact does not exclude you from hitting the like button. You garlic cinnamon twist. Unbelievable. Gilbert, how are you, my friend? I feel like I haven't seen you either. You definitely haven't seen.
I'm doing.
Definitely haven't seen. At all. At all. Fast being a girl, like watching the replays. Watching the replays. Yeah. Oh, wait. Are you one of those that doesn't hit the like button, Matt Planet? Huh.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Oh man. Unbelievable. What's he said I'm back, Superman returns. Oh my god, this guy. All right, let's see. We got 19 in the house. How many likes, guys? Please let me know. Someone in the chat how many likes we're up to. We should be at 19 already. Until the raid comes out and then they'll scatter. Yeah, this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. All right, we'll see who else is in the house. Also, before we get started, guys, so obviously you guys know we're going to talk about Gregor, which his paint scheme is Scorch. Scorch is yellow with like a camel thing on it. Camel print. It brought me right back to this guy. Does anybody remember Shades from Iron Man 3 House Party Protocol Mark 23? So as soon as I saw that paint application on the, what do you call it? On the Gregor, I was like, oh man, that is beautiful. So that so far is my favorite Commando clone yet. I don't know the other ones until I see them, but brought me right back to this guy. Beautiful. This guy is straight plastic. If this thing, they make this thing die cast, forget it. Let's see who's coming in here. Let's see. Let's see who else is in the house. Also, guys, don't forget 24-hour stream coming very soon. Stay tuned. Once we figure out who's going to be on, we're going to see. We're going to see what day, and then it's on like Donkey Kong. Man, I'm so done with clones. Well, it looks like the crybabies are crying again about who asked for this. It's like, if you don't like it, don't look at it. Oh my God. Unbelievable. And especially this one. This one's actually like sexy. I don't know what the problem is, but I told you guys, it's if for whatever reason Hot Toys can continue making these guys, and as you can see, they can make anything chrome, gold, black chrome, regular chrome. What's the other one? They could do anything with not only a variant, but like all these colors, copper, right? Porcelain. Now you got cherry blossom. If you don't like that stuff, Hot Toys is not for you. And it doesn't need to be that way. Just, it's not for you. All right, I'll wait for the next one. But no, you got to cry about it. Oh, no. Another Commando. Like, come on. Solo, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello.
Guys, there's 16 of you guys in here. Please hit the like button if you haven't yet. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Let's see. Also, guys, if you just watch, obviously, if you don't want to be known, that's a different conversation. But always remember to at least say hello just because when the giveaways come, you don't want to be the one that looks like you just came in for the giveaway. I know a lot of people don't like to just be involved in the chat, which is fine, but then you're not going to be included in the giveaways. So you saw, I didn't even know what William was doing that night, and he just, everybody that was in the chat, apparently, I didn't even know that was a thing or how he did it, but he did it. So if you didn't put anything in the chat that night, you were not included. But again, if you're a hate watcher, you know what I mean? Mitchell, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you again.
Hello!
Thank you. Oh, let's see. All right, let's get started then, I guess. So here we got Gregor, another Commando clone, right? Or clone Commando. Commando clone. Clone Commando, like I said. To me, right? You guys know I haven't watched the show. I don't know anything about these guys. That is the sexiest helmet I've seen to date out of every single one of these. And I told you guys, Scorch was my favorite. So far, this thing here, super sexy. The countdown, like what's not the countdown? The what's his name does it too? Captain Rex. Captain Rex has all the numbers tallied up all over his body, right? So does he on his helmet. And the camel print, like I said, that you can't beat. Anything to me, right? Anything that, look at that. That is sexy as hell. That is beautiful. That is different, right? It's not white by any means like everything else, right? Everything has white. Everything has gray. Like I said, Scorch is the only one that has yellow, white, and gray. But everything else, is very big. And then the white on white that just that is out for pre-order right now. That it's not, that wasn't a special one. Remember the white and gray was special limited. The Scorch was special limited. So now the all white one is not limited. This one, of course, going to be limited again. But this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This I would be upset if I didn't get. Another cool thing, the logos and the emblems on the shoulder and the chest, right? Very cool. These weapons we've gotten a trillion times, so there's nothing exciting about any of that besides the fact that it's a different color for once, right? It's nice. It's actually a two-tone. You got a little weathering on the silver, and then you got a black, right? I don't think it's a matte black. It may have a little shine to it, but beautiful. And then you got the standard black undersuit that we get with every single figure, as you guys already know. Look at, they're showing you some action pose, right? A little articulation, which you guys know these things are very good at. These bodies have been great overall. Very, very tight joints. The poses, right? The poses that you could get out of them, very, very good. They're not as limited as they used to be by any means. Now that the bodies got a little bigger too, they got so much better. But again, this is the exact same thing as the white and gray. This is the exact same thing as Scorch, besides, the weapon and the backpack. This one apparently opens up, and the obviously not every single one. For example, Scorches, I don't believe it opens up, right? But I don't remember which one does open up. I know some do, but this one apparently does. See, openable backpack. So it shows you how it just pops open. But again, we've gotten this before in a different color, right? Maybe with either one of the oh my god, the Bad Batch figures, right? I'm 99% sure either one or a couple of them opened up. I believe the Commando, right? The original white and gray one also opened up, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not, because I remember that one had those two posts too, so maybe not. But I know we've gotten that backpack before, at least once, right? So nothing new there. And then your standard beige hands, and that's it. So another ripoff, another limited repaint, repurposed figure, which again, the most redundant thing. It'll never stop, right? So get used to it. Like I will tell you every single time there's something like this happens, it's gonna continue to happen. As a business, it is the fact that they could get away with it. I can guarantee you that if this wasn't a thing, it wouldn't be a thing. You know what I mean? Like if Hot Toys, number one, if it wasn't so easy to make these things, which is literally one mold to just repaint everything, right? So it's easy money. So can you blame Hot Toys for Disney making stuff like that? You cannot. Right? That's another issue. You're blaming Hot Toys for making these toys that are tied up to the company that gives them the most business, which is Disney. There is a market for these things, or else they wouldn't bother. That's another one. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that they're not going to make their money on it. That's why they're always selling out. Every single one has sold out. Look what's available. The white one that became a regular release. Scorch sold out. The regular Clone Commando sold out. The white and gray one, the first one, sold out. This is going to sell out. 500 apparently in Hong Kong, 2,500 everywhere else. What does that mean? Sideshow is going to get 2,500. They're going to sell out. Again, out of all the three, right? We got 2 in hand, 1 on pre-order. Out of those 3, this one is the sexiest one by far, at least to me. The most anything and everything on the armor, on the suit. The most exciting looking. Like I said, the sexiest out of all 3. And I told you guys, Scorch, I love my Scorch. This thing beats Scorch all day long. And I love Scorch's backpack. I think that's why I like Scorch a lot. So who's not going to want, if you're a fan of these clones, you are not going to want the best looking one right now? Of course you are. And there's limited. So guess what? If you don't want it, you don't have to worry about it because they'll be gone anyway. It's just that simple. You know, so I will never understand the complaining. I will never understand the crying. I will never understand it. It's just so unnecessary. It's toys. It's toys. Nobody's telling you, hey, Hot Toys came out with the new Clone Commando. You have to buy it. Stop crying. You got to buy it. Nobody's doing that to anybody. So what is the problem? And Hot Toys is not going to cancel the project because you're crying about it. They're limited. They know they're going to sell. End of story. You don't like it? They don't care. You're going to complain? They don't care. You don't want to give them your money, which is the only thing you can do? They don't care. They're limited anyway. So they're going to make their money regardless whether you want to buy one or not. It's that simple. It's insane. Think Sideshow's planning July 4th weekend pre-order for Gregor and Sal. I don't know, but we're getting them on Sideshow, obviously 100%. There is absolutely no way we're not getting them. The fact that they already mentioned 2,500 in selected markers like they usually do, that means Sideshow. The thing about, a lot of people are already pre-ordering this stuff everywhere, right? Another thing that I want to talk about real quickly. It was brought to my attention that the new website, Toys Assemble, is starting to pre-order, right? So the person who told me they didn't want to be named, he's like, hey, find out what's going on, and I said, hey, I'm not your detective. Why don't you do it? Stop being scared of everything all the time. So what happened was, they apparently, because I don't order from them, so apparently the person orders from them all the time, and they noticed that all of a sudden they had this stuff for pre-order. So we, immediately assumed that it was a negative thing, that it was a bad thing. And like I told you guys, I have a feeling that they're Toys Wonderland all over again. So because of that, they, I said, we assumed that it was probably, a sign that, all right, now we got a bunch of people coming here. Now we got, a good comeback audience, right? We got a lot of people that keep return customers, right? Repeat customers. So now we could start, now that they're comfortable with us, now we can start asking for pre-order money, which is, again, that's what I assumed immediately. That's what he assumed also. But then, which it still could be, right? Doesn't mean that it can't be. It still could be that. But then I went on toysforkiddos.com, and they also have this clone Commando Gregor for pre-order. They have the Mark III 2.0 up for pre-order. You guys know that I tell you guys all the time, they don't pre-order, they don't put up pre-orders for anything, right? Their clone Commando Gregor already sold out. The pre-order sold out, and the 2.0, it's still available right now, I think. As far as, like 5-10 minutes ago, it was still available. So that's something they never did before. Remember, I told you guys, you never have to worry about pre-orders with them because they don't do pre-orders. Well, for these, for whatever reason, right, they have pre-orders up. I don't know why, right? This happens. This is not the first time this is happening. So why all of a sudden a pre-order? And not only a pre-order, a standard pre-order, but a pre-order for an item that is ready to ship, which is even weirder. Because when things come out, Toys for Kiddos, they don't do that. They just, here's the item. You want it? Go ahead. And they usually get about 2 pieces up for pre-order in the beginning when the item first comes out in Hong Kong. Right, you get the 2 pieces up for pre-order. It'll say sold out after they're gone, and then they'll put up more, depending on how many they got or how many they're able to get or whatever. So that is why it is, to me, it was a little weird that not only Toys Assemble, but now Toys for Kiddos, which again, they don't do pre-order. So it's got to be something regarding their ordering process for these figures. Maybe they're trying to limit how many they're going to put out. Maybe they don't want them to sit, right? I don't know what would be the mentality for a pre-order, because again, there's nothing new about any of this. There's nothing that hasn't happened before regarding this 2.0 and this Commando clone, right? Clone Commando. So why all of a sudden let's do a pre-order for an item that's going to be shipping within a couple of weeks, or this week or next week? Very weird. Again, sometimes Hot Toys, because I know specifically with Toys for Kiddos, they're a retailer, not a reseller, right? That's why they're usually a little bit more pricey, and they're a completely different monster regarding buying from. And I tell you guys all the time, so they have to follow specific guidelines, because I've asked them questions about certain things in the past, and they say, no, we're not allowed to because Hot Toys does not allow that. You will never and have never heard that from any reseller you've ever spoken to, you've ever ordered from, you've ever dealt with, because they don't get controlled by Hot Toys whatsoever. They do whatever the hell they want, and they're going to make that money however they want. But he tells me, oh, no, I can't do that. Or, we can't do that because, Hot Toys doesn't allow us to do that. Which is weird. It's like, for example, I'm going to give you an example. I remember asking him for a discount for it was one of these items. It was a Hot Toys exclusive. I don't remember what it was, but it was a Hot Toys exclusive that was a limited figure, right? And I said, can you get it? Can I use my coupon code for the item? Because I'm not gonna just use it because I just wanted to ask. And I'm glad I did, because he's like, oh no, Hot Toys doesn't allow us to discount exclusive figures. So I was like, huh. So again, that was a while ago. So I was like, all right, whatever. Then I noticed when, the Anakin came out, right? They were going up for like 1,000. And I'm like, wait a minute. So Hot Toys is perfectly okay with you jacking up the price triple, but they're not okay with you discounting it $5. Or what is it? 50 Hong Kong dollars. Crazy, right? It's insane. Guys, there's 18 of you guys in there. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. This is basically exactly. No, it's gonna be the same stuff over and over and over. And don't forget, you heard it here first. Like I said, we're gonna get a Chrome Clone Commando. We're gonna get a Gold Clone Commando. We're gonna get a Silver Chrome Clone Commando. We're gonna get a Bronze Clone Commando. We're gonna get one a porcelain, not literally a porcelain, but we're gonna get some type of print on it. Okay, we're gonna get them over time. Why? Because just like there's people who hate this, there's people who love this. And because they're gonna sell out every time, and they don't have to be standard releases, they're gonna make them. So if they come out with a black chrome, you're not gonna buy, but they're gonna do 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 1,000, 1,200, gone. They do a silver chrome, they do a gold chrome, they do a like I said, something like a porcelain or cherry blossom style. Again, something different for this type of suit to make it appealing for you to be like, oh, hell yeah, that looks awesome, and go buy and spend your money on something that you hated in the beginning. Because it's the same redundant thing over and over and over. This is Hot Toys. This is how they have to make their money. Nobody's telling you have to buy any of it. Nobody's forcing you to buy any of it. You're not paying Hot Toys workers for you to be like, oh, they're wasting manpower on these things when they could be doing something. That's not your problem. That's not your business. So stop suffering over other people's pockets. It's not coming out. You're not paying their payroll for you to complain about that. Right? They're doing whatever it is that they want to do. It's their company. Why wouldn't they do what they want to do? So for you to be like, oh, they should be doing it. Why? When you start paying them, they're going to do whatever you want. But as a company, they have to run whatever product they want to sell or whatever product they're forced to sell. We talk about how, they choose to do this. What if they're forced to do something? What if they're forced to, oh, guys, if you sign this contract, you're forced to do this and this. We don't know how that works. So we're sitting here, oh, Hot Toys, it's Hot Toys' fault. It's Hot Toys. We don't even know the half of it. It just looks like they're choosing to make easy money. And again, if that's the case, who wouldn't? You're not doing anything illegal. You're not breaking the law. You're not stealing people's money. So why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you save money as a business and maximize profit with the stuff that you already have used, that you could use over and over and over after making one prototype and reuse it forever? It's easy money. I've seen alerts out that Elite Squad Trooper is shipping soon. That was fast. Now, a lot of these no head sculpt guys are ready to go. These exclusives, ready to ship, limited. They're usually ready to go because there's nothing to make. Right? There's no head sculpt to do. There's no head sculpts to paint by somebody, whoever's painting them, right? Painting a helmet is that much quicker. Right? It still has details, but it's not as much as a face. Right? So all these, especially these solid ones, right? That gray one, that literally one color, do the different dots and different colors and this very basic stuff. So of course that's 1, 2, 3. What goes under it? A black suit. Put that suit on the figure. Put the pieces, the panels on the body. There's your entire figure. Limited, super expensive ripoff for something that they're gonna be doing forever. Again, we don't have to buy any of it. It bothers me too. I don't have to give them my money if it bothers me. But I know that the figure to me means something and I want it in my collection, and that's why I keep buying it. You know, but the people complain that you're not going to buy it anyway, so what is the point of your complaint? Makes no sense. Clones and Iron Mans are straight money. Correct. But the thing is, especially with the 2.0s, right? Iron Man in the past, like for example, these guys, right? The House Party Protocols. Not all of them, but a lot of them were straight plastic. Like straight plastic. And obviously those are different, right? Those are different. They were all different, right? Different styles, different colors, different everything. So they were all different. The 2.0s now, though, even you could sit there and say, oh, it's a redo, it's a repit, it's a re this, to re that. When you pick up that figure, you know, for $450, you pick up that figure out of the box and you have that dumbbell in your hand, you're like, it was worth every penny. So that's the only difference with an Iron Man figure, right? If you talk about, you know, the clones, that's a different conversation because these clones weigh nothing. There's nothing really special about them. Like I said, it's all a black suit under every single one. And then the panels on top, and that's it. So there's nothing special about it, right? Nothing special about it. And you could say the same about Iron Man. Oh, it's the same thing. Yeah, but at least with that weight, it feels like you're getting something. There's essence to this. These clones weigh nothing. So you're spending $300 and change for a nothing and $450 for something that weighs something. And you're like, oh, wow, this is, you know, I feel like I didn't get ripped off. But with the clones, you do every time. I don't care what you say because they're not worth any of it. Period. These clones should be going for $150 shipped, tax included. You're going to tell me a Hono figure that looks way better than a clone? Remember, looks better. Looks. I'm not saying that it's more meaningful. I'm not saying that because I know the Star Wars fans are hardcore about their shit. I'm just talking about looks. You put a clone next to a Hono Wolverine. You're going to go, that thing's arms look real. That looks like a toy. So you're paying $3+ for something that looks like a toy over an Iron Man that feels like this is, you know, this has something. You know, this has value. This has weight. So it's got to have some value. It's not just, you know, just a useless weight. This thing has electronics, articulation. You could pose it. But what do you do with a clone? Oh, cool. Pose it. That's it. No head sculpt. Yes, Iron Man don't have head sculpt either. But at least all of them light up. With the clones, none of them light up. These do. The other ones don't. Some stormtroopers do. I don't own any clone trooper that does. If they do, it's something new to me. So you don't even get electronics. And you're paying $3 and change for something because it's limited. It's a scam. It's a ripoff. That's what I tell you. Just don't buy it. Just don't buy it. Figure it out, my friend. Welcome.
Hello!
Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 18 of you guys in here. Thank you guys for being here. We got Michael with the super chat. Thank you, my friend. He says, good afternoon, collectors. How are we doing? Welcome, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Guys, there's 20 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. We got Joe in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Now I can't blame them. Their company one is what everyone is after, especially if it's easy. Absolutely. And again, it's not like it's not selling, because guess what? If they weren't selling, they wouldn't do it. They would be canceling projects left and right, like they cancel. Again, I don't think this Young Barry situation was that, but Young Barry, Sakarian Iron Man, Bat Missile. People are not pre-ordering, so they're like, nah. We're not going to make a product that clearly nobody wants. That's why they're not ordering. And like I told you guys, that is the only way you can teach Hot Toys anything. Just don't pre-order. It's that simple. That's the only power you got. Guys, hit that like button, please. There's 19 of you guys in here. Thank you guys for being here. I didn't get the alert from YouTube. Joe, also you collect. You guys. Faz got 2 hours of work. Keeps the stream going slow and steady. Wins the race. This guy. Oh, man. Let's give a happy Thursday para el rey de juguetes caliente. Unbelievable. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are the clone commandos not supposed to be bigger than the average clone? You're asking the wrong person, my friend. I know nothing about them because I don't watch the show. So I don't know how they're supposed to be scaled next to each other. I don't know what's supposed to be bigger. I don't know what's supposed to be smaller. I can tell you this. I will never complain about a bigger figure. If it's supposed to be smaller and it comes bigger, why would you want a smaller figure? I don't know, right? Everything we get is obviously I wanted a slightly bigger to get more detail out of them. Obviously, if it's too big out of scale, right, that's a different story, right? If for example, Hot Toys starts making figures that are too big from what they used to make, then it's like, what are you doing, right? These 2.0s may start looking funky next to, the 1.0s, which with the Iron Man, they already do big time. A 1.0 plastic Iron Man next to a 2.0 die-cast Iron Man is night and day. So with that is already a big difference. So with the other figures, we got to start paying more attention. At least when I start getting mine, I'm going to start putting them side by side. I can't think right now what we've gotten already that's a 2.0, as a figure. I know the Batman 2.0 that just started shipping, I don't have. I didn't even pre-order it yet. But I'm trying to think, the perfect example. The Moff Gideon 2.0. That's a bigger figure. Right? You put it next to the original Moff Gideon, it looks funny. It looks funky. So they're starting to look funny, with the two. But what are you going to do? The only one looking at your collection is you anyway, so it doesn't matter what it looks like. Right? You're still going to buy, the new John Wick. Oh, it's bigger than the old one. Oh, so what? It's a new John Wick. So guess where it's going? Right next to the old one. Because it doesn't matter. But when it comes to actual, comparison of heights and stuff like that, it matters. But in the collection, nobody's really going to care at the end of the day. Ricardo, how are you, my friend? Welcome back.
Hello!
Nice to see you. Welcome. Do you guys watch Fab streams while we're... This guy. Oh, my God. Guys, there's 24 of you guys. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. I dig the the camo paint, but didn't see this one in the teases from Star Wars Celebration, so others wonder how long they plan. I'm telling you, they always got some stuff coming out of left field. We've seen things teased within other images, and we still haven't gotten these pre-order. Like, for example, when the Purge Commando, that one from the video game, right? Remember they teased like 3 different ones with 3 different weapons and 3 different logos. One was white, one was red, one was black. Where are they? Remember those with the purple weapons? Where are they? Okay, let's do it properly. Where are they?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
You know, so they've been doing that a lot for whatever reason. It doesn't mean they're not coming, but they tease a whole bunch of stuff, and then they just put it in the back burner to, I guess, I don't know. So here is the opposite. Here they never showed any of this. At least this one, like you're saying. This one was never shown anywhere. It was all the different colors: the green one, the orange one, and then the red one. Right? This I had never seen. You know, so and I'm paying attention, and I'm telling you this because I'm paying attention to the little things that have been happening that never happened before. That's why I keep telling you them, because I know a lot of people may be not realizing and not notice it. And these are things that, again, they were not the norm before. Ron, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello!
Let's see. Ren Garlic, welcome.
Konnichiwa means what's up?
Nice to see you. Talia, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello!
Sorry I'm late. No, I was supposed to start at 8, guys, so I just decided, you know what? I am busy tonight. I realized that I found out that I was busy. So, thanks for everything. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Figure It Out says, wait. Everybody that does this every stream is going to get one of these. Because I'm glad that you guys finally listened. Okay, the fact that you guys remember this, that's all I needed, because you guys are paying attention. See, when I tell you guys something, I'm not crazy. I don't say things because, oh, that guy's crazy. I tell you things for a reason. If I don't say it, either I don't know it or it doesn't matter. But Hot Toys has never till this day announced a figure within a releasing or teasing the announcement of another figure. Never. That never has happened. It'll never happen. You take away from that second figure. If you're showing off Chewbacca and you're adding Leia that nobody has because she's never been made, why would everybody be like, oh, I can't wait for both? No, if the announcement is for Chewbacca, you're going to take away from Chewbacca. But they knew she ain't coming anyway, so let them cry. That's why it's still no tease of her, no announcement, no announcement, no shadow, right? No silhouette, nothing. Because, like I said, I have a feeling, and I'm not saying forever, but I think that Princess Leia is done being made as a figure, which is why they just kit bashed her from everything that they had already in-house. But I can tell you the new female is for Star Wars is Padme. Right? So we're going to get all different versions of Padme. As you can see, they're not really, giving us Padme after Padme after Padme. They never did it with Leia. And we got about 5 different versions of Leia, including Leia Organa from whichever movie she was in. And they only made one when she was older, right? That's what I'm saying. So they never bombarded us with different versions. And they could have. She has, the Bolsh version they never made, the slave Leia version they never made, like the escape Leia version they never made. So they could have easily given us one after the other, but they never did. So they're not doing that with Padme either for whatever reason. But I could tell you, for us to get another Leia, it will be a miracle. A miracle. 100%. We will get another Padme. We will get any other stuff before we get another Leia. Period. And it's not because the actors passed away. It has nothing to do with that. Because clearly, they're still making figures of actors that have passed. So it has nothing to do with that. But there's something behind the fact that they're just not going to make her. Six Skill Mando, welcome. Nice to see ya. Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up?
Yes, guys, happy 4th of July tomorrow. Friday, 4th of July. We need a Queen Amidala Padme in all her... No, we will. You'll see. Eventually, we will get her. We have to get young Anakin, right? They're just... Eventually, for whatever reason, however they're going to do it, we're going to get a young Anakin. It is inevitable. We already have episode 2. There's no way we're never going to get episode 1. It's not happening. So it is coming. It is 100% coming. Guys, please hit that like button. There's 22 of you guys in here. How many likes? And somebody tell me how many likes, please. Chris, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
I'm doing.
Welcome. So next, guys, and this is where it's going to get juicy. Guys. No, actually, no, not yet. Not yet. So we got the Mark III 2.0 stealth mode version. So this was, for those who don't know, this figure, guys, it is a very special figure. For those who were collecting back then will know why this is a very special figure. For those who are COVID collectors, you will never win. No, you will never know what this figure, what the meaning behind this figure is. And let me show you guys what I mean by it. So this figure is the 1.0 of what you just saw on screen, right? The 2.0 is what's being announced right now. So as you can see, this figure, how I have it posed, and you guys know I don't pose, but the only reason why this is posed this way, and I'm able to pose it this way, is because this was the very first the very first figure overall, but the very first, the only Mark III in diecast that came with this pre-twisted torso. As you can see, all of this is an attachment piece. As you can see how it's pre-twisted, right? I didn't twist the body like this. It came pre-twisted. So what you do is you pop it off and then you replace the midsection to the straight one or the twisted one, as you can see, right? So the whole selling point of this figure was that it came with that twist to be able to pull this pose off that everybody wanted to pull off with every single plastic Iron Man, but they couldn't. So Hot Toys did this, and this is why, for those who follow me on social media, I posted my pictures of the Origins ones today, but this one I didn't take pictures of like I usually do because I only have it in this pose because I don't have the other midsection. And so that's why it's like this. So I can't do anything else with it if I don't have the other midsection. So that's why I didn't take pictures of, more pictures of it besides the two pictures that I took. But that's why that figure is very special, only because of that. It was the very first figure that came with this torso to pull this off. So that's why number one, it is a very come on. It is a very exciting figure. It is a very sexy figure. The paint application, as you saw, is very dull now. Obviously years ago. Let me tell you what year this was made. This was made in 2015. 2015. So that was made in 2015. So imagine. So think about the updates, the upgrades in paint, the upgrades. Obviously, we got the Mark III how many times already, right? We got Coca-Cola, right? We got the regular one, right? The MMS, the new one, right? What else did we get Mark III? And now we get this one, Mark III. So we already know what the Mark III is all about. This is obviously just a new paint on it. Everything that you see here, we already got. Everything that you see moving, we already got. There's nothing new about this armor. There's nothing new about this suit. There's nothing new about any of this besides the paint, right? The red makes it look badass. The red is what the red eyes, at least, is what makes it, beautiful. The red chest, chest plate also, right? The red, not the chest plate, the red, what's that thing called? The arc reactor. So that's what makes it badass looking. Same, this one has the same exact thing. Not as bright as you can see. Again, it could be the lighting, but it is the same exact thing, just not as deep red. But again, the articulation, everything you see here is the Mark III diecast body. The Mark III 2.0 diecast body that we already got. Like I said, Coca-Cola version was the same body. The standard MMS version was that same body. So this is just, again, a repaint, easy money maker again, just like they're going to do forever again. And this is a sexy, sexy, sexy suit. If you don't care for it, more for us. That's another $2,500 in selected markets. So it will be on Sideshow 100%. If you want to lock yours in somewhere else, obviously you can. Like I said, toysforkiddles.com is already has their pre-orders up. Again, very first pre-orders this and the previous clone Commando Gregor figure, right? Those two are up for pre-order on toysforkiddles.com or wherever else you get your figures from. Let me see. No, don't say I need an updated. No, I'm telling you, and that's the problem. What did I say? I don't know if you were there. What did I say? If for whatever reason, because remember, they used an old Princess Leia head sculpt that we already had with the what do you call it? The braids curled up. So what did I say? They're reusing that head sculpt for a reason. The moment we get a new Leia, it won't be something reused. It's got to be something brand new, updated. Period. It's got to be updated. It's got to have the rolling eyes. You're not going to get. That was another thing. That figure that they showed didn't have rolling eyes because, again, it was just a kit bash of what they had. They utilized for of what they had already. So they're going to make a new Leia now. You better believe she's going to have rolling eyes. That figure was a reuse of the other figure that they had made already. So that's what I'm saying. It's not coming. It's not coming. Any Princess Leia that's coming will have or has to have rolling eyes. And what they teased did not. It's that simple. 21 likes. Guys, please hit the like button. There's 25 of you guys here. Thank you guys for being here. And please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Did we discuss Superman, Blue Iron Man? No, not yet. We're getting into Superman. 21 likes, 24 watching. Guys, please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. We got a super chat from this guy as always. Where he said, "Where is Wolverine relays the Wolverine big yellow relays? Unbelievable. I thought you said we learned English from you." No respect for the English language.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
Unbelievable, Ash. Thank you, my friend. Where is Wolverine? I'm telling you. So I'm going to leave your super chat up real quick because we're going to get into now this guy, okay? So now, what did I tell you about Wolverine, right? They said it's supposed to be, I think, up to September or whatever, right? Or December, whatever they said. And I told you it's most likely going to get pushed up or pushed back or it'll be delayed, okay? Pay attention to this. So let me see what you guys are saying real quick. Damn, not being in high school in 2015. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I was not in high school in 2015. Tommy Tyner, welcome. Nice to see you. First time here. Welcome.
I'm doing.
Let's see who else is in here. Chris, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Carlo, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you.
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante, how you doing?
Lou!
Hello.
Welcome.
Konnichiwa, bitch.
Let's see. He said garlic. Oh my god. Fellas, he said I just woke up. Unbelievable. Unreal. Oh my god. How dare you go like I thought you knew. Unbelievable. You were the first comment. What do you mean? Unbelievable. See what happens? See what happens when you're blinded by the inert fumes? Guys, this guy here, he's a secret inert collector. Anything you hear of this guy regarding hot toys, that's why. That's why he got all fugazi on me. Because he's all inert now. We were having a conversation. He's like, yo, he's like, inert's the best. I said, what are you talking about? He shows me 112 Batman, The Dark Knight. I said, are you kidding me? He goes, and then he said, he had the nerve. He had the nerve.
How dare you?
You know what he said? He said, he sent me my picture because I sent him the picture of my 112 Batman and Catwoman from Hot Toys that they made with the Bat years ago, the deluxe. He had the nerve. He had the nerve.
How dare you?
My picture and rub it in my face that inart is better than Hot Toys. My response was what? That was made years ago before you were born. So
how dare you?
Unbelievable. So anything, if you ever see Uncarded in the streams, in the chat rooms, in the groups talking about Hot Toys, it doesn't count. He is inart. He is on the payroll now. Okay? Unbelievable. Unreal. Uncarded is for rich people that don't. Oh my god, unbelievable. Yeah. Like you, Chris. Like you. Unreal. So was that whole thing about Leia and Kevin? Oh yeah, no, she's not coming. You're welcome. So guys, wait, go back to Ash's super chat. Where is he? So like I said, right? What did I say? They're gonna push it. I think they're gonna push it back. The Wolverines. I just have a feeling they're gonna, just because they've been pushing everything back, right? At least for a while they did. Now, let's talk about this whole Brandon Davis thing that I was bringing up. Okay, so what did I say? I said there's absolutely no way that they're sending around this prototype all around the world. Okay? Some people in this chat, I'm not going to say who, thought I was crazy for saying that. How dare you say that? There's definitely only one. How dare you say that? Brandon would never lie to nobody. What did we find out today? The figures will be shipping between July and December. So what does that mean, guys? What do you think that means? You think that they have only one prototype in the world that they could send Sideshow just for this interview? Or do you guys think that they've been in production for many, many months now and they just happen to say, hey, we got a spare that from the thousands we're making, so here you go. And Brandon couldn't say anything because if he says, oh, guys, they'll be shipping soon, or oh, we got to send you one soon, people with common sense would be like, what do you mean soon? These things take about a year to come out. So what do you mean soon? So number one, he would have given something away, right? And he had to make it seem like there was only one in the world, because the moment he makes it seem like they're coming soon, or they're around the corner, or they're all being made, Hot Toys hadn't even made their announcement yet. So that wasn't his place to say, oh, they're almost coming out. Because if he has access to this figure, he most likely knew some insider information, guaranteed. So he couldn't ruin it because it's not his place to say, oh, yeah, they're going to be shipping soon. So that's how they got their figure in that interview. Just like I said, it was not the only one. There is absolutely no way. Doesn't make sense for them to do that. But because they're already being made, and again, what is so fancy about this? It's a suit that cost them nothing. The most valuable thing about the figure is the head sculpt. Period. So there was no value. If you know, I would understand an Iron Man, right? This fancy armor, this die-cast stuff. Oh, you got to be careful. You know, this thing could break. That I understand. What's so secretive about, you know, oh, it's going to get lost. It's going to get, no. And it's a doable, you know, that's what we get, thousands of head sculpts. It's not like it's just one and then, oh, that's it. We can never get it again. No. Once they do one, they'll do multiple immediately. So that's what I'm saying. It's not, there's no secret about it. There's no, oh my God, it's the only one in the, nah. Anybody who thought that is retarded. Because no company is going to risk losing their one of one, shipping it for a guy to look at it. Because remember, he couldn't even touch it. The sideshow guy with the gloves on, he was like this, 10 feet away. The actor had to lean over like this, look at the figure. He's like, wow. Everybody was leaned over like, wow. They couldn't even breathe on it. You want to tell me that they're gonna be shipping it around like, oh, it's cool. Unreal. That's just what I think. I could be completely wrong. Oh man. Oh my God. Guys, there's 29 of you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Oh, heck yeah. Sales was ready to go. The timing was perfect. My Hot was sending their figure for the whole world to see. Let the bloodshed begin. I mean, so that's another thing, right? So my thing was, why would Hot Toys even announce it that way? Right? Why would they even allow this guy? And again, I don't mean this guy. This is for the movie promo and blah, blah, blah. Right? So why would they allow, you know, Sideshow to come in and make and display this figure and show off this figure before Hot Toys even made their own announcement? I'm like, why would that ever happen? Because the amount, again, it was for the movie promo. So many people are going to see this video. So Hot Toys doesn't need to promote anything because the promotion's there. Right? People who don't know anything about Hot Toys are going to be like, what the hell is that? And they're going to watch that interview until they find out what company that is, what toy that is, who sells it. That was promo all day long. That's why they allowed that to happen. And that's what I said. After that, what is Hot Toys waiting for? What are they holding back to you know, from us that they're not announcing the figure? Boom. The next day, they announced the figure. Because there's nothing else to hide. If it's already displayed for the world to see, where's the announcement? You know? And I think, it could be just me, but I think that the reason why they put it out like that was because it is a very boring figure. And by making it, by at least showing it off that way, it creates a little bit more hype because we didn't get our standard release. We got it through a video. So now we don't get these pictures. We get this, oh my God, we can't really see the figure, you know, that well. We see, you know, decently, but not, you know, not perfectly like here, right? So I think to also give it a little hype, I think they announced it that way. And I'm going to tell you why, you know, I think it's boring. You know, I'm still going to get it. I think it looks great, but it's a boring figure anyway. I may have to cave and get Superman, like the God says. You can still get the figure even if you might like them. No, absolutely. You guys know I don't need to like anything to buy anything. So I love Hot Toys, and they make the best toys, the best figures, and I will always buy as much as I can buy. Why not? Rudy's taking over third party. I can take over Hot Toys. Uncarded says, actually, Faz, we knew this already in production. So a brand that was given display from a secret base, and it was one-on-one because it was. Guys, what Uncarded said. Remember, grain of salt. Um, oh, that for Fez say that's what. Well, no, because it's always what I think. What do you mean? Just because I'm right about what I think most of the time doesn't mean it's not what I think. It's not like, oh, somebody told me that this is what's going to happen. No, it's always my thoughts. It's always what I think and believe from deep down in my soul. Okay? That's why I tell you guys with such certainty and such I'm not going to say accuracy and such what's the word? I can't think of the word. Confidence. That's the word. Confidence. Take a breath. Take a breath, man. Chill. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Fellas, I was at work and someone asked me if I saw the interview for the Suits movie. I said yes. They said, "Did you see the doll?" I cringed. See, I'm telling you, people saw that. People saw that all over the world. That's what I'm saying. That's what they allowed them to do that because it was free promo. Sorry for having secrecy. Otherwise, I would lose my. He said parlay. Unbelievable. Oh my god. I want a black version of the suit. Really hope James Gunn uses it down the road. Also want an Ultraman figure. I'm waiting till I see the movie, but something tells me I will be getting this. No, it looks great. It looks great. Again, boring as hell. It looks great though. Obviously, you're Superman, your bright colors, right? Now you got the trunks that everybody was crying about. The head sculpt is perfect. This is a 10 all day long. Again, the movie's not out yet. So I don't know, what it'll be like, but we've seen the trailer and I think this looks, incredible. This thing here though, and I told you guys when I did the stream with the tease pictures, I told you guys this dog was going to be super boring. And I told you guys, oh, look, it looks like it's supposed to fly. Well, it looks like that's all it's doing. It doesn't do anything else but that stupid pose. And you have to, use it on that clear pole. But there's another, here it is. So it looks like you could also stand it. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but here, no, not this side. One of the sides, I think, has a joint. I think it's the other side. Yeah, see, so here it looks like you could have them walking, which, as you can see, it looks super funky looking that way. Let me zoom in. Look at that. You can tell that that's forced. You can tell that that doesn't belong that way, right? That looks weird. Let me see if I can find. Here it is. So there's a joint here. I don't know if you guys see this, right? So I don't know if this means that this is going to move at all, right? Or it's just stationary and they're just, they just glued it there. But I'm assuming that if you're going to have this seam here, that it's going to move slightly somewhat. So that's about it with the figure. Look at the posing of it, right? Look at the cape, wired cape. As you can see, the rolling eyes. Look at the new stand style, right? I believe it's going to be magnetic in the back, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. We're going to see because he's already up on Sideshow. We're going to get to it in a second. But again, very basic posing. Here is the clear crypto pose, right? Just to have them. And like I said, here is the joint again. Right there, you see that line, that little seam. So it looks like we can only move this leg, guys, to make him seem like he's either flying or put it down as if he was walking. So one leg moves, it looks like, from these pictures. So say there it is again, right? You see the seam right here. So it may have that moving leg. Guys, there's 32 of you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here. Here's the head sculpt. Beautiful head sculpt. As you can see, the hair looks awesome. They got the Justin curl on there. The hair style looks beautiful, right? The likeness, you can't deny the likeness there. The what do you call it? The texture of the suit, the detail on the suit, beautiful, very, very detailed. As you can see, the rolling eyes. Here is newly developed body with enhanced articulation. Like I said, they're showing you different style of poses for this body specifically. As you can see. because remember these bodies are very limited, because of the suit. Like I told you guys, if you notice, you haven't seen an arm raised flying pose yet because these suits are very limiting to that. Exactly. See, here's the new style of base. Like I said, it says diorama figure base with 3 display styles, magnetic function. So here's the magnet, how it looks when you want it floating, which is actually very cool. Third party has been doing that already. I have a Superman, the Art by Art Superman, the black suit Superman to be more specific, came with that beautiful base that has the poles has the 2 magnets on top, and the figure mounts on it. So Art by Art is the company. So they did that already with a Superman figure. Hot Toys has never done this magnetically, as far as I know. So this is actually cool to be able to display it that way if you want to. The Fortress of Solitude, as you can see, a lot way cheaper and a lot less exciting than the one we got for the Christopher Reeve version. Remember, it was a lot bigger. The pieces actually came apart. People customized it, right? I personally customized. Remember, they came in white. I have a green one and a red one. I don't even have a plain white one. So very, very basic in that respect, right? The base, but the magnetic, function and feature is really cool. This is the new thing, right? The newly developed aspect of this figure is, one of those features is the magnetic thing of it, right? This thing. So, but again, when it comes to the figure as a figure, very boring, very basic. You don't even have, any angry effects. You don't have any eye effects. You don't have any, remember when the Henry Cavill figure, right? 2 head sculpts, one with the eyes, with the light up eyes, one with the regular, look. $285, right? For what? What is 285? The texture of the suit, right? The new hands, highly detailed interchangeable hands, right? So they're getting fancier with the hands. So now we're paying for hands, for more veiny hands, more realistic hands, more perfectly painted hands, right? The fact that, again, every time they mention something, they mention it for a reason. So pay attention to when you get this figure and you have it in hand, pay attention to the hands, because they're going to be most likely the best hands that you'll have at the moment from Hot Toys. Because again, they wouldn't tell you this for no reason. And it has to be brought up because, again, this figure is boring. So if they don't point out every little update and every little thing, you're going to be like, yo, what the fuck? So that's why they need to do it. And that's why they will always rub it in your face, whether you think it's exciting or not, whether you think it's important or not, whether you think it's necessary or not. They will always rub it in your face because they got to let you know, hey, we're actually doing things, whether you think so or not, whether you like it or not. We're doing this, we did that. They want to keep us informed so we know what we're getting into, Let me see. Where are you guys? Crypto has movable eyes. No, I think the leg moves. One leg moves. Shout out to Amber from Star Wars, who just passed away in pneumonia. Oh, I know. I heard. Rest in peace. God bless. Fez of that now. Shout out.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Oh man, I've been on the fence for this movie, but I wouldn't be a DC fan if I didn't go see it. So, well, exactly. Look, here's the thing: are you going to see the movie or not? If you're going to see the movie, go see the movie. If you're not going to see the movie, then guess what? You really don't even care about Superman, right? So now, you saw the movie, you like the movie, so then get the figure. If you saw the movie, you don't like the movie, don't get the figure. It's very simple. Right? So it's not complicated at all. Luch with the super chat. Quarren Sweat is a buy, but a very a very weak buy. Why, Luch? Why don't you like this guy? guys, you got to understand the reason why Luch is being so judgmental right now is because he is a diehard DC collector, right? He has body swapped probably everything that has been made by Hot Toys DC related. And I don't mean literally everything. I mean like, whatever he bought from William for 125 bucks. But that's it. Nothing, you don't see really anything else besides, naked Fisons everywhere. So I don't know, I don't know why he is complaining about the Superman. I don't, maybe because he's, fully dressed. I don't know. But Luch, as always, Luch. As always, Luch.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
Thank you, my friend. New 52 suit is weak. This reminds me of the suit from that video game. Remember that video game? DC versus... Was it Mortal Kombat versus DC? Or was it DC versus... There was another one. Injustice. That game had a Superman that looked like this, but the Superman had like a headband or something, had like a headpiece. This oh my god, this guy, unbelievable. Oh my god, you guys are unreal. You are unbelievable. Yeah, Michael Ansra. Yep. Very sad. Very, very, very sad. McLaren is the best. Looks cool. I wouldn't trust it if I can see this snapping off so easy. But the base, this is not snapping anything, Ash. I don't know what you're talking about. Hold on. What is snapping? You think this thing is gonna break in there? Hold on. Now we're gonna fight. You think that solid hard plastic piece, that it's supposed to be sturdy enough to hold and strong enough to hold that weight so it doesn't tilt forward, okay, and bring the entire base with it? You think that's gonna break?
Yikes.
Unbelievable. Unreal. Hit the like button, buttery cinnamon twist. Yes, guys, hit the like button, please. There's 26 of you guys in here. Thank you guys for being here as well. Oh my god. But Luch, the question is, did I lie?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Oh my god. Uncle says Carlos Sands for the championship. Barry, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Nice to see ya.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Welcome. Fabs, yes, so easy. Absolutely not. Fab, this figure gives you crazy, right? A little bit. The stand, right? The setup of it, the look of it, absolutely, right? The Fortress of Solitude look, right? That base alone gives you that vibe, absolutely. That dog looks like it's been taxidermied. That's magnetic function, correct? Shit, has to be one hell of a magnet. No, I'm telling you. So this is why they tell you this too, Thule. Newly developed body with enhanced articulation. The reason why they're telling you it's a newly developed body is because they want you to know that they did something different to it to allow it to do this. Therefore, this body, it's meant to do this. So it's not going to fall. It's not going to break. It's not going to tilt. It's not going to not sit right. It's not going to flow. It's not going to flow right because it is made to do this. That's why it's newly developed body. And they don't tell you anything for nothing. They're telling you this for a reason. So you know that that's how it's going to be able to do this. That it's not something that they rigged to make it do this. It's not something that's, that it's a clamp that's doing that. No, it's always been a clamp. No, they're getting fancier. They're making their bodies better, fancier. They're upgrading to be able to pull off stuff like this. So that's why they're telling you a newly developed body, because it is newly developed to be able to do this and to be able to have better articulation with this type of suit, because they know that these suits don't do much. Again, I just realized I didn't even show you a flying pose. Let me see if I can find one. Not a single flying pose. His arm didn't raise once, just like I told you with the tease pictures. This is the hardest pose to pull off with a Superman figure. The arm raised like this. You didn't even see. There it is. One. This is the hardest thing to pull off with any suit. And the problem is, if you leave it like this, you're going to ruin the entire suit because you'll stretch it out. And it'll wrinkle like that, and that's the end of that suit. Again, I don't know how long these suits are lasting now, permanently posed, but I wouldn't do it. So look, one pose with the arms raised, right? That you have to give you a Superman pose. A Superman flying pose, right? Now watch. So we got one. Out of how many pictures? Think about it. Out of how many pictures? Paying attention? One single image with the arms raised. One. They don't want you to put the figure like that. They don't want you to leave it like that. They're showing you because, again, how can you have a Superman figure without that pose? But look, they didn't even show you him like actually flying. They just show you him like coming off the ground. With that magnetic new stand, they should have him, fully flying, straight like this. The problem is the moment they show you that, right, it's going to look like the arm, right, it's not posed properly, right? To have it proper, you got to get it all the way up. But it's probably like halfway down, and because of the angle, right, it looks like it's fully raised, or at least decently raised. But it's not, I can tell you, it's not fully all the way up. Absolutely not. That's why they only showed you one and only one angle of it. Because that is always the problem with these Superman figures, or at least with these suited figures, Batman's too. Right? The Michael Keaton Batman, the Batman Returns Batman, I believe also, right? They don't really raise their arms much because these suits are not meant to do that. At least for the figures, right? They're supposed to in real life, but not for the figures. I think once they figure out how to get a figure to do that type of articulation with the suit on, I think those figures will be the best figures. Because the issue is, if you do it separately, right? If you just attach the arm into it, it looks funky. It'll never look nice. It'll never look clean. It'll never look professional. That's why they don't give you two pieces, which is why for those who watch when William unboxed the Luke Skywalker Dark Empire figure, right? And he pulled back the sleeves, and it was literally the sleeve was covering up the arm that was bare, and I think he had some other material that was covering up like some of the arm, and everything else was exposed within the shoulder what do you call it, sleeve. Like, it was the weird, and I was like, oh my God, that's so ghetto. I literally said it on stream. I said, that is so ghetto. Because I was like, what are you doing? But that's how you get a figure to give you full articulation and not limiting it with a suit, right? Same thing with a Darth Vader, right? Those figures don't do much when it comes to lifting the arms because the suit limits the body. So you can give the body as much articulation as you want. That suit's not moving. So once they figure out a suit that, moves like that and doesn't get ruined, that'll be epic. That'll be epic. Top part, hell yes. Watch you be sick. That's just right, like a god. Unbelievable. The Hamilton era is over. Time to retire and become a fashion model. Ricardo says, I like the classic colors. The trunks is going to add a color to display. Probably not everyone's choice, but it suits. Got to have it. Absolutely. Barry says, are you cracking out the Diddy oil for Superman?
I don't think so.
Oh, man. This Gordon Sweat head would look good on the original Chris. No, I don't think so. I think because, this figure, this head sculpt is so much bigger now, right, with the rolling eyes than that Christopher Reeves figure, so it ain't going to look good. It's going to look funky. But he could pass. He could pass as that style of Superman, absolutely. This head sculpt even has the sculpted here in front better than the Basura in art. Guys, you see this comment here?
Have you heard of a psyop?
Because I just told you he works for Inner, so he's trying to bait somebody into fighting with him. He's trying to get somebody to he's tricking people to see what they will say so he could jump on them. Carlos says, so if they try and put it in horizontal, it might be just correct. That's another thing. Correct. It may not be strong enough to hold it this way, but it looks like the base just doesn't, you know what I mean? Not the base, the stand doesn't really go that way. So I think maybe that's why. Oh my God. Tom Cruise, I can fly. Tom Cruise, this guy. So guys, like I said, $280 on Sideshow already. Mine is pre-ordered. Mine was pre-ordered in the middle of the night when it was announced, because again, I didn't even realize it was shipping that soon until it was pointed out. I forget who told me. Oh, Bob. Shout out to Bob. He was the one who told me. July 2025 to December 2025. That is insane. Okay, again, not shocking because it's a very basic figure, but it is very insane that it is ready to go this quickly. July. We are in July. What? Insane. So I'm saying, guys, it's Hot Toys. The amount of production, guys, that Hot Toys is doing is insane. The amount of product that they have going on is crazy. It's like never ending. They don't, and the speed of these things. I understand, right? I could understand the helmets. No problem. Repaints, no problem. All day, every day. Iron Man, repaints, no problem. All day, every day. But the head sculpts, again, the problem with the head sculpts is the time to get them ready, to get them painted, right? It's nothing else but the paint. And the paint all have to be 99% equal. All of them. So that's crazy to get them out that quickly. Again, I know this body, there's nothing crazy about it. They added a magnet to it, big deal. Because even with the newly articulation crap that they mentioned, as you can see, the arm don't even go up all the way. So they really didn't do too much. But that magnet was added 100%. So it is a newly developed body. But it's a very, that suit cost them nothing. It's not, it's not a fancy anything. It's not, armor. It's not a anything die cast. It's not anything that justifies, them taking a year to do this, right? The boots, nothing fancy, right? The hands, the fact that they're spending more time on the hands than crypto says everything you need to know. You know, which is a shame, but it is what it is. What happened to the inner people waiting on DC figures? Where is inner? What do you mean? What do you mean? You didn't hear? Inner is the king of 1/6 and the Hot Toys killer. You didn't hear they make the best figures, the best rooting, the best materials. You don't get a uniform product, but you get the best. Stay away from me. I says I can get my yellows. I'm telling you. It is coming. And now, Ash, even worse. So now you have the Wolverine supposedly about to come out. And then you have this guy supposedly about to come out. I'm telling you, something's getting delayed. Something is getting delayed. The fact that they are shipping so early proves that there wasn't the only one in existence a few days ago when the guy said, exactly, that's what I said. I literally just talked about the entire thing. It was not true. King Black Bolt, welcome. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Long time. So what do you actually hate about Hot Toys? What do I hate about Hot Toys? Well, I don't hate Hot Toys. I don't hate anything about Hot Toys. What I don't like and dislike about Hot Toys is, for example, the redundancy of, the clones, for example. And again, I buy every single one. If I could get it, you better believe I'm going to get it, right? So I don't like it anyway. What else don't I like? I think the constant repaints, right? Even though they're cool, right? They're different. Specifically, Iron Man, right? Yeah, again, I get every single one. You guys know I get every single one. But I don't need 17 Mark IIIs painted differently. I don't need 15 Mark 7s painted differently. That's what bothers me. It's either going to be the Mark 1, the Mark 2, the Mark 3, the Mark 4, the Mark 5, the Mark 6, the Mark 7, repainted in a different color and a different look. How many Mark 7s do I need in blue, red, yellow, pink, black? That's my issue. So it's not that I hate them, because they're the best company making 1/6 scale, period. There's no one better. So there's nothing to hate, at least for me. I know people hate them plenty. I can't hate the best company out there. I can't hate the only company giving us product. I can't hate the only company giving us the amount of lines that they give us. Tell me somebody else is doing better. Don't worry, I'll wait. So that's why anybody that hates Hot Toys clearly has to be mentally retarded. Literally. You got the people who clearly there's no other company making any product, but they have to hate on the one company making product. Then you got the retard complaining about Hot Toys being shit, saying that InArt is the best while still showing off their Hot Toys figures every time they get a Hot Toys figure. So that's what we deal with in this community, and that's why it's a joke, but there's nothing to hate regarding Hot Toys. Why would anybody hate? Again, and that's another thing, right? A lot of people they're not collectors. They're not collectors. They're not hardcore collectors, right? They're not constantly buying stuff, right? So it's easier to complain about something you're not buying anyway, right? Gives you a reason to live to complain about something you're not buying anyway, right? It is very rare that this community buys everything that comes out, right? There are more people complaining about product than they're buying product themselves. So that's why it's stupid to see, people complaining about Hot Toy. Like, what are you talking about? So all right. So Hot Toy sucks. So who's the best then? Who's giving us product left and right? Who's giving on all these licenses left and right? Who? It ain't InArt. It ain't J&D. It ain't Blitzway. So who is it then? Exactly, because there isn't any. That's why it's retarded. Anybody hating on Hot Toys is retarded. Is retarded. Because it doesn't make sense. Again, if you're a collector and you're hating on Hot Toys, you're retarded. Because if you're not buying Hot Toys, you're not buying anything else. Because nobody else is making shit. So what are you hating on? The fact that you don't want to buy something, so you got to talk shit? Literally, that's all it is. Because anybody who's looking to collect, they're excited for the next piece. They can't wait for the next toy. Again, not everybody buys everything. I'm not saying that everybody should be buying everything. But people bash more than they buy is the point. You know? So it's just a joke. Wait, it gets worse. Yeah, Wolverine. It's worse. Faz, you think we'll see a tease of the 4? Absolutely. The thing is, I don't know if we're gonna get a tease before the movie. You know how they usually, like, for example, how they did what was it that they teased when they did, like, for example, the John Wick tease, right? They just literally teased. So I don't know if they're gonna do a tease like that of all of them together. Oh, like they did the Thunderbolts. You know how like all of them were next to each other, but not really. You know, they didn't really show you anything. So I don't know if they're going to do that again. That would be cool, right? Is it necessary? No, because the figures are down the street anyway. But I think something's coming very soon. They have to, do their announcement or their promo or their tease of it, of the movie, right? Of the movie figures. So, very, very soon. Also, I'm going to say it again. We are getting all 4. Regular version, Human Torch version, all flames, Silver Surfer female, and I think that's it. I don't know about the robot. I don't know if Herbie's coming. They could make him, right? They could, but he has to be included with somebody else. Maybe Susan Storm. But I have a feeling that he may be made. But I am telling you that Johnny Storm in Flames is 100% coming. They have to. It has to be better than the Chris Evans Johnny Storm, 100%. It just has to. That's why I'm bringing it up again, because remember this conversation. They have to do it. So you're going to get, the regular version of the actor. You're going to get everybody's regular version. And then you have to get, or unless they do some type of, just swap the head sculpt type thing, and then, remove the outfit, right? Put the pants on to give it that look of the uniform look, right? Remember I talked about this with Miles Morales, right? They could give us an entire flame looking suit under, right? And then we just dress him up if we want him with the team suit. Again, that's just another option. But that flame on suit is 100% being made. You better believe it. All right, guys. So what's today? Today's Thursday. So I'll probably be back Saturday. If not, I'll definitely be back Saturday. If not, we'll be back tomorrow. If there's anything new. Faz, do you the Deadpool Johnny Storm is still coming? Do I think? No, of course. What do you mean? Of course, he's still up for pre-order. I think he's definitely going to be made 100%. It's going to be a nice figure too. That's going to be a really nice figure because that base is beautiful. Any more questions, guys? Anything you want to go over before I get out of here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.